Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play for Rimworld. We are now on version 18. I'm very excited to be doing this, and we're going to do something a little bit differently this time around. First of all, let's take a quick look at the mods. There's a link in the doobly-doo to my entire mod collection. Now, the link in the doobly-doo will include some mods, that I like, but haven't necessarily been updated or anything like that. You can see these guys are redded out just because they haven't been upgraded. But that's going to be okay. I mean, not having the organized research tab is, you know, it's a little sucky, but it's not the end of the world. No robots. None of the while you're up. I wasn't playing with the fish industry or Zombieland. Anyway, so most of what we've got in here is, quality of life mods. There's very little in here that truly changes the game. Probably the most notable one might be Crusty Textiles. I don't really use it for the patchwork leather. Mostly I use it for the material reclamation job, which I like a lot. And the other big one that probably changes things around is Hospitality, where you can make guest rooms and have people visit. And it's a little easier to recruit some people if you do that. Other than that, I don't think there's any substantial changes. I guess just because the mod was updated and available, there is the expanded prosthetics and organ engineering thing, which we may or may not use. We'll see. But the big change that's going to happen here is I'm going to go Crashlands, you know, very stranded start. I'm not going to be playing Extreme. We've been playing a lot of Extreme for a long time. I'm actually just going to bring it down to Rough. I'll stay on Cassandra Classic, I think is fine, you know, so we get a frequent enough stuff, but it's not going to be quite as insane. And the reason is because on Extreme, you're really just, like, barely holding on to your base most of the time. I really want to run caravans and do missions all over. I want to have it, like, so that we advance enough that we can actually do cool world map stuff. So we're only going to play it on Rough, but we'll still get a good amount of events as opposed to Phoebe Chillax here. I mean, this just gives you more time in between, just as hard, but you know what? I think Cassandra Classic's going to be okay on Rough. We can always change the storyteller as we go. We can at least change the difficulty. I don't know if you can choose the storyteller, but so we'll play that one by ear here. So we're just going to start Rough, and what I want to do is I want to start in the new, I guess our seed's going to be red. Sure, why not? I want to start in the new swamp biome. Now, I did start like a little test trial on stream not that long ago. This is not a continuation of that game because some of the mods that got updated that I was happy to reinstall into my game do require a fresh new save. So here's the world map. I don't know, the feels to me like the look of the world map has been updated considerably, as well as all these labels, which is great. Even some of them are you know, a little smaller and stuff. I think that adds a lot of great personality. That looks like, oh, that's forest. There must be some swamp around here somewhere. Forest. We might be able to just do a search for biomes. I'm not sure. Rainforest. Come on, give me a swamp. Arid shrublands. It's interesting. I mean, maybe it has a different color. I'm more or less just clicking at random and just staring at the bottom left corner over here. I mean, it's not going to be up north, I would think. Although there's 3 different types of swamp terrain. We might have just generated a world without it. I might have to go again. If we do this, it literally just selects a random site, so that's not what we want. 1, 2, 3. I guess I could just hit randomize seed as well. So we'll get a completely different world. I suppose I could generate a bigger world, but that doesn't necessarily add much value. One of the things, it was interesting that the 30% world we had was a continent that was all in view. It didn't feel like anything was cut off. That might be new to the generation system as well. Come on, swamp me up. Near a river? I mean, it would be sort of flat lowland, near water, would be... Ah, there we go. There we go. Slightly darker green. So there might have been some on the other map that I hadn't spotted. So tropical swamp. I think there's like 3 different kinds of swampy terrain. Oh, there's probably some over here. Temperate swamp, tropical swamp. What do we want? You know, let's go tropical. We tend to play in colder areas and things like that. This is going to be hot, like winter temperature, 17 degrees. We can grow year-round, which means we don't have to do greenhouses. I think, okay, because the swamps are really watery, it's going to be very different how we can build our base. I also want to try to avoid doing like big walled kill zones and things like that. I just want a different kind of vibe, generally speaking. We're going to have open air farming. I think that's going to be good. We could have one with an actual river. I don't know what that would do. I don't know if you can cross a river. I don't know what the deal is. Up by the creek as well. I mean, no matter what, we have, like, fairly flat land. It doesn't make much of a difference. Here we only have 2 stone types, which, assuming we have the same density of stone, it might be a little easier to make blocks. I mean, at a glance, it seems the same. Average disease frequency is 2 per year, which is a lot higher than the average. So we're going to get, I don't know, malaria and things like that. Difficult movement, little space to build heavy structures, aggressive animals, constant disease, makes living here a nightmare. Well, it's a good thing we're only playing on rough. Sounds great, let's do it. I love the new colony screen, because it actually generates 8 people for you, and you can sort of do that. I mean, you could re-randomize each people, same as before. I do have the Prepare Carefully mod, but I don't think I'm going to use it here. And I also like the team skills, so this gives you a breakdown of all the skills you have, like all the core skills. It shows you who's got the highest skill, so 4 is our highest skill, and it is someone with passion. 4 is our highest mining. That person doesn't have passion for it. Someone else might have mining passion, but this is the highest actual number here. So let's see what we can do. You can't care, cook, or clean. Oh, very neurotic. No. Fast learner, teetotaler. You can't intellectual or craft, but you can haul. You don't have any useful passions, to be honest, though. You're alcohol addict, abrasive pyromaniac, misogynist, super immune, though. That might have been interesting. Go juice addiction. Neurotic. I don't want to reroll too often. Okay, what about this? We got a brawler, which has pros and cons. So this guy won't want to shoot, or this girl won't want to shoot. Swanky hat, that's probably from the Apparello mod. Over here, good social, so we'll be able to convince some people. I don't think the mining stuff is important. You know what? I may just stop because I want to stop rerolling here. But yeah, you're not bringing a whole heckin' lot to the table. Oh, now there we go. Green thumb, kind, trigger happy. No health problems. Tons of passion for different stuff. Welcome to the party. I am going to name you. The name list I'm going to use for this is part of the Extra Life donators, people who donated $50 or more. Their names are going to be brought in here. Okay, the first name is unfortunately way too long. It's the unknown South Jutlander. Jutlander, thank you very much. I'm going to have to crop your name down to just Jutlander. I'm really sorry, but that's the way it's going to have to be, because that's way too long for Rimworld. But there you go. The unknown South Jutlander over here. Thank you very much. Okay, what about Ryan over here? Gay, fast walking. Abrasive kind of sucks. You get the bite scar. Double passion for social. Crafting intellectual. Researcher. You can haul. Done. Ryan, you're part of the team. Huang over here. Oh, we're going to rename you. You're not Ryan. You are Alberoni. Combat Medtech. And Huang... oh, Combat Child. See, you only have one backstory when you're young. You also don't tend to have as many skills. You're too smart. Yeah, this is not a great fit for us. Ambrosia addiction might be a little hard. Very neurotic as well. Abrasive sucks. You know, so they're going to be harassing everyone else and being annoying. But they are super immune, which is good. Eggnog is your daughter, but that's not actually put into the group. You can't intellectual or cooking, but you have double passion for medicine. You actually have double passion for crafting as well, not high skill. Good construction. You do have the passion for shooting. Trigger happy. So, really kind of weak shooters here. And Dean, it's not going to be Dean, it's going to be Anon E Moose. We're just going to call you Moose. But this user was named Anon E Moose. So Moose over here is probably going to have to do our hunting. They're going to start off quite poor. And also, one of the things we discovered is that in these heavily forested areas, hunting's really a big pain in the ass because there's so many trees in the way. Still, I think it's going to be okay. We'll see how the abrasive works out. Moose is probably going to annoy Alberoni and Jutlander, but that's the way it's going to have to be. All right, I think that's good. We've got a good basis of skills, known with like really weak shooting and melee skills overall, but I think that's going to be okay. Let's get it started. Let's get this shoe in the road. Generating map. Now, if this is anything like the one we saw on the stream, it's going to be full of trees and hard to build everywhere. There we go. 3 of us awake and land. So you get tons of trees. Let's give a quick little pause here. I have no idea if you can cross a river. Slow moving. Okay, yes, you can walk across here. We can't build here, obviously. We can't build on patches of water here. We can't build on the marsh here, although I think we can dry out the marsh. Like, building's going to be kind of interesting. Speaking of buildings, you got this and that. One of them is probably going to be a danger zone. Water, water, water. We got boomalopes. Oh, here's a question. Did we have anyone with decent animal handling? We do, actually. So we're going to try to probably tame some things, including potentially the boomalopes. Because you can milk the boomalopes in version 18 and get chem fuel out of it, which is kind of amazing. We're going to start off by unforbidding everything, and Moose is going to be our primary hunter. If we can get an auto pistol, I might get you to hunt with that. Just short range, fast firing. The revolver is probably not that fast. What is the range cooldown? Is 138. Oops. Range cooldown. It's actually the rifle has a lower cooldown, but the higher ranged firing is actually sort of going to work against us. There you go. You can take that, and you can take the knife. Even though the skills don't really work out. The higher range on this is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt because it's actually going to add more trees in between of what's what. Anyway, speaking of trees, we'll probably have to start chopping. What I was going to do for this, especially because at least until we start drawing things out, we can't build big mega structures. I want this to feel like a logging camp. In fact, when we name our colony, that's probably what I'm going to do, is name it something to that effect, like a logging camp out here. It's going to be a lot of little buildings, possibly irregularly shaped. I'm going to probably try to standardize on 6x6 bedrooms as early as possible. Maybe not for the original 3. We might just go with a smaller dormitory. But yeah, we're going to try to get a half-decent bedroom up and running as quickly as possible, because we should have more time. We may as well unpause over here. And I don't see any reason why... Is this a snake? Oh my god, we're going to have cobras. Oh, we're going to have so many problems. Show priorities this way. So, hunting, patient. My god, does everyone have doctoring? I didn't even notice. Everyone, I mean, 6, 4, 7. Wow! And even with the 4, you've got double passion. Yeah, we'll turn it on for everyone. Bed rest, hall plus, and flick as a top priority. We may as well turn up the wardening over here, the animal handling there if it comes up, negotiating. Only one person with passion for cooking, so that'll obviously be a priority job. And Moose is going to be assigned as the hunter. Not particularly good at it, but that's going to be okay. You're equipping that rifle, so that warning will go away. We may or may not flag things for hunting, we'll see. Early on, we are going to need basically everyone doing construction. 2 people do have passion for it. Alberoni doesn't, but has a skill of 7, so that's going to be okay. Growth. I don't know what we're going to do with the mining. I'm going to set a lot of things to 1 right now, and that's okay. That, you know, we'll just assume, okay, they're going to work from left to right, and that's okay. But I'm sure we'll shuffle this about at some point. We actually might want to prioritize the hauling a little bit more. And yeah, even here, these are double passion things. I mean, you've got more research skill now at a 10, but the passion means Utlander would be happy doing it. It will be a little slower at first, but it's hardly the end of the world. So yeah, we're going to change these. Right now, it's basically like we just set a bunch of check marks, maybe on clean. But for now, there's not a lot to do, so everyone's going to do more or less what we want. So, we need farming set up. I mean, we could cross the river. Like, there's tons of space over here. But we are going to want to do a little mining here, here, and here, so I don't want to be too far away. I might, you know, we could just take over this building to get started. Take over this building, build a few more. Why not, right? We could even go and actually build proper beds right away. Since we do have an initial building, what if we do something like that? Actually, I think what we need to do is I think we need to actually kill this cobra right away. I'm going to tell all my people to be on fight back mode as well in here. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff. I don't know. This cobra's bad news. Maybe it's just going to go after the snake or the rat here. I don't know where to build first. You know what? Did you actually grab your weapons? Are you all armed? Moose did not actually finish grabbing. Okay, thank you. Get over here. Attack. Oh! I didn't realize Alberoni would actually go for melee. See, the tree's really getting in the way. Cobra Revenge. Are you going for Alberoni? You are. Try to back away here. Allow for more gunshots. Excellent. Okay. At least Alberoni's fast. Okay. Unforbid, everyone. That's going to be good. We've got some repairs and stuff to do there. If I go and claim this structure, And then perhaps just put a door in there. That will be a completely enclosed room over here. So that's a good little start. And then what I'll probably do is build a series of rooms here. Now, what's the ground? This is mud. It's going to be impossible to find, like, here's rich soil. It's going to be very hard to see the rich soil versus other things. We do have a lot of it over here. So this is higher fertility, 140% fertility. So farming over here would be quite nice. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to assume we're going to have some growing areas over here. So let's build them, 5 by 5 chunks is going to be fine. I'm going to build 5 of them to get started. If I can click on them again. You are going to take corn. Because I believe corn is more sensitive to fertility. Yeah, 100%. Potato is not quite as much. This is mostly rich soil over here. Rich soil, yeah. So we should actually get a good amount of corn. It doesn't grow quite as fast. We might still want to do 1 potato harvest early on. Or, you know what, we'll do 1 strawberry harvest, because you can eat that without cooking. It'll be a good emergency, and we'll try to pull back from that. We are going to get some hay grass up and running as quickly as possible, because I'm going to want to go and domesticate some animals. I will flag this to be mined over here. Because, I mean, we do have some material, and we got mining turned on. We may tweak this. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, the farming over there, what I want to do is I want to build a building here, and they're going to be a little bit more irregularly shaped than before. Again, we're not going to be able to build everywhere. I'm sort of just splopping some stuff down. Oh, yeah, see, I can't build across there. Okay, I was going to do it more irregularly shaped, but... Can I build anywhere over here? Hang on a sec. Because this is mud, so we can't build on mud. I wanted to build sort of a little cookhouse closer to the farms. Something like this. With refrigerated top half. Okay. Cancel you. Build a door. And then we're going to want a butcher's table. An electric stove. Like that. And while it might be ugly at first, I think... we are going to build one of the smaller tables, which is new in version 18, right there, and a couple of chairs, so they're going to be near the dining area. And then we'll get some extra doors up in here. There. We may want to build like an airlock setup here because it's quite hot here, but we'll do something like that. And this stockpile zone over here is going to be, I'm going to set it, like, important for food, although hay doesn't have to be refrigerated. We'll have to get hauled somewhere. Yeah, there might be, I think some of the drugs, do the herbal medicines have to be refrigerated? Maybe not. I feel like there's something else that has to be refrigerated, but I don't remember. So anyway, we'll start with that. That's right, we got a kitty over here. Hey, hello, Nutty. And we are going to rename you. Well, I was going to rename you to Gilbert, but then if Gilbert dies, I'd be very, very disappointed. You're going to be renamed to Atropos. There you go, Atropos the kitty. We have a mod that lets us name our critters here, so there we go. Excellent. What else do I got? Training, I mean, we can't train the cat. I don't know if it's going to help us do anything. It's got a bond, but we can't assign you to anyone. You're going to repair the walls, which may or may not be that important of a job. I don't know. So we do have construction as a fairly high priority, so people are going to do that before probably they go and plant, but that's okay. We do have the quality build mod, but I'm not assigning any specific quality to, necessary to that. Yeah, we'll be building a refrigerator here soon, but not quite yet. Because we need to prioritize actually just getting the walls up. So there's going to be a lot of farming that happens pretty quickly. And yeah, we can domesticate some alpacas or hunt them. And the hunting is going to be kind of annoying right now. Why don't you urgently haul this stuff in? Not that it's going to be sealed in yet, but it'll make me feel a little bit better if it's stored in there. New lovers, Moose and Jutlander. Lovers right away. Well, that'll keep them happy until one of them dies. We don't have a proper bedroom for you yet, but it'll probably happen relatively soon. Can I get you to prioritize working on the beds, actually? So we need to make sure people can actually sleep, and we want to prioritize the door as well, so this is properly considered to be indoors. Thank you very much. Alright, I did put the high-level priority of hauling on the things over here. I don't know why that's still flagged as priority haul. That was weird. Because it's already been hauled where we want it to be. So yeah, they're going to have to chop a lot of trees just to get the walls up, which is going to be kind of amazing. So we haven't gotten any notice of bad stuff yet, but I kind of want to walk someone over here, because there's no way this is not a bad room, right? Gotta be a bad room. And the boom lopes are going to set the entire place on fire. Luckily, you know what? The river's a natural fire break, which is kind of handy-dandy. So I'm thinking, again, there's going to be a lot of sort of loosey-goosey buildings all over. I'm thinking I'm not going to build a giant wall in. I'm not going to build a giant kill zone. I'm going to have a lot of, like, independently scattered turrets all over the place. That will require a lot more power to keep them on probably all the time. But will help to protect us against random wild animal attacks, which are bound to happen. There we go. Some animal beds there for later. Cat sleeping on top of a monkey. Sure, why not? None of our people are night owls, right? Nope. We will go ahead and tweak their sleep schedule just so that they don't get forced to sleep until 6 if they don't need to. That's going to be fine and dandy. And yeah, if we can finish this up, this will be nice. And we can just, like, stick a random, like, wood stockpile back here, or maybe over here. Maybe on the mud. You know what? On the mud, as long as we build some sort of roof. So the wood has to be roofed. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. All right, morning has come. Permanent summer. Oh, that's interesting. Permanent summer. Yeah, it's always going to be hot as hell. We're still in spring, so we're not in the hottest period, but yeah, refrigeration is going to be fairly important here. Heat isn't going to be. Although technically, it may get cold enough that every now and again they'll get the slept in the cold debuff, but I don't think that's going to be a very frequent problem. I don't think we're going to bother building heaters. Because, yeah, it's not going to be important that often. Every now and again, maybe we'll get a bad debuff, but you know what? We'll deal with it. We'll live with it. So much tree chopping just where the freaking walls are, which is kind of amazing. And yeah, for our research here, we're probably going to need a moisture pump, you know, sooner rather than later. Yeah, so because I don't have the research organization mod, we've got a little bit of stuff sitting on each other, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, bedrolls are our portable beds. Recurve bows, so we can look at some of that. I like the new weapon crafting. So yeah, my apologies for like this mess over here. That's because the mods are adding research stuff and they don't get organized properly. But that's okay. And this is just filtering for other stuff, right? Because I think this shows up in the main list as well. Packaged survival meals. Were we able to crate those before? Huh. I don't even know what our first research priority is going to be. Could just be drug stuff for some trade. This is a pretty good map, though. I think we're going to be pretty busy. Probably it's going to be microelectronic basics, so that we can... Wait, do we need machining now? Which needs smithing first. Well, well, well. I guess we're going to set smithing as our very first research priority once we get our research bench up. So yeah, we're going to get the cooking area done, and then we'll have like a bunch of individual rooms, and we'll probably tune each of these little buildings to have their own storage that's kind of optimized and ideal for their particular goods. Like we have a generic stockpile set up somewhere with normal priority, and then just like here, we have important priority for a few things, and then every now and again, we might have a critical priority for something or other. I don't know. I'm going to go actually and just trim back this zone here. Okay, and build a new stockpile there. And your job, I'm going to clear all, is going to be critical importance, non-rotten animal corpses. There we go. In the refrigerated area. Well, it will be refrigerated eventually. I mean, I suppose I could, like, build the cooler right away to save ourselves the job of building a wall and then tearing it apart. Might not be a terrible idea. I suspect we'll need 2. It's not the biggest room, but especially without the airlocks, we might need 2, especially in the heat of summer. But we'll set up the 1 for now. I know we don't have any power yet, but that's okay. We got our little beds. How lovely is that? Oh, you can set owners on the beds. Oh, that's cool. Excellent. Oh my god, just the tree chopping takes forever. Plant cut. Apparently some people don't even plant cut, which is interesting. That will be a high priority job for everyone. Again, we'll reorganize this later on, but for now, everyone's doing more or less what they have to. Staring at the sun, okay. Are you going for a walk now? No, you're cutting down a willow tree. So yeah, get the basic production. Minor break risk. Awful barracks. Yeah. At least you got one. And you got a kitty in there. It's fine. Another meal. Deteriorating due to being unroofed. Yeah, we got to finish that, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, and at least they don't go from being un-air conditioned. Like everything's so much slower because there's trees in the way. Moving is slow. Building walls is slow. I might want to go. You know what, Utlander? I'm going to bring down your construct by 1. There you go, like this. So you will cook, then grow. In that order. There you go. You still have a ton of trees to chop down over here. But yeah, that's going to be fine. Medicine deteriorating. You know, we just need a roof to make this work. I might just go and very quickly... I don't know how much of it will be roofable. But I'm going to say, listen, try to build as much roof over here as possible. Because there's actually a couple of supports. It might actually be surprisingly roofable here. Certainly right by the mountainside. And then I'll go ahead and put a generic stockpile zone over here. There. You can put anything in here. I don't really care. Not going to max out the priority. In fact, I could make it low priority. But we'll leave it here for now. And we got more shelter from the rain. So you're having to chop down some trees so you can start planting. That's going to be okay. You're cutting a tree that's in the way of the wall. You're cutting down another tree that's in the way of some walls and doors and stuff. At least this is completely sealed in. Indoors, roofed up, so that's not going to deteriorate anymore. That's good. I might go and put an urgent hauling on the medicine, just in case here. Just in case it sits around outside way too long. You have a plasteel knife. That's actually a pretty good melee weapon. So what kind of other critters do you have around? We're going to have, like, panthers and stuff. I see a lot of cassowaries. Chinchillas. Turtle over there, I think. Snakes. I think snakes might be our biggest problem. Oh, we got our first visitor. Visitors from another colony. Now, I do have the hospitality mod on, which is good. Here, I'm going to go ahead and make this the default, so everyone can buy items, and we'll try to entertain everyone, raise some goodwill. Psychically hypersensitive. Stronger game brawler, artistic, you're smart. You're 70 years old! Yeah, no. No, we're gonna hold off on you, and you. We're not gonna recruit the two of you right now. 70 years old, and asthma, and did you have cataracts? You had other bad things, didn't you? Stab scar, asthma, bad back, yeah. And then over here, oh yeah, the smoke leaf, and the hypersensitive. But you're not bad though. You do have the good social and great shooting. You would flip out when there's a psychic event. It might be worth recruiting you. Make you the hunter, if nothing else. You've got the growing passion. Alright, we're going to try to recruit you and see what we can do. It'll upset a faction a little bit, but they're not going to go into, like, war status or anything like that. So it's going to be okay. Way over here, I'm going to make another generic dumping stockpile. This is going to be for all our leftover corpses and things like that, like the snake here. All the way. Actually, I don't think this one would give people bad thoughts. Never mind. Because it's not a human corpse. Tables. We got the bed set up. Yeah, people are getting disturbed sleep from the shared barracks as other people come in. So there's a lot of bad thoughts happening there. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and put a cut here. This map is going to be fun. is going to be completely unlike every other map we've experienced. And yeah, I'm going to be building a lot of little individual buildings with their appropriately themed stockpiles, not really walling things out, and having lots and lots of scattered turrets on a perimeter. Whoops. Hey, there's our world map. And I think that's going to change things up. But the turrets, I don't know if we're going to get anything crazier than a Cobra. After the last biome with, like, all the wolves and stuff like that, I'm very intimidated. But I keep expecting that we might get, oh, we got some wild boars to hunt over here. That we might get jaguars and stuff. Because we are, like, rainforest, swamp. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you very much for watching. Alberoni, Utlander, and Moose would appreciate your support with, you know, likes and shares and all that kind of stuff. And I will see you guys next time.